Has to do with money. It has to do with Naira. And Naira, you need to just put some metrics to it to make it work. So we have an metrics team in the studio. Beard Gang, team lead, Ogiva is here with us. Morning to you, Ogiva.
Good morning, Kennedy.
Well, everything in the studio is angry with you because you came into the studio a bit late.
I beg, studio, no vex. All right, man.
All right, man. Welcome. Good to have you.
Same here.
And we have the only female
Today,
in our midst today, Tolu, right?
Mm-hmm.
How you doing?
I'm fine. Good morning.
Oh, soft spoken. Oh. She doesn't look like someone that struggles for money. She looks like someone that sits at home. I think she believes in Psalm 23. Goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life. So please, can I follow you as well? But before the goodness and mercy, so I can take some. Share that.
No, I'm not sharing.
Imagine.
Anyway, what's up this morning? What kept you guys away?
Just some minor hindrance on our way here. We
Nigeria happened to you, or Lagos happened to you?
Lagos, more like Lagos. Lagos for sure.
All right, so I mean, everybody wants to make money. We all want to rise high and above. And today, what's on the plate?
So today we are talking about the Nigerian wealth obsession. You know, why does everybody in Nigeria want to be rich? Everybody just wants to be rich.
Rich and famous.
Eh?
Rich and famous.
Rich and famous, exactly. But the sad, well, not sad, but the realistic part of it is that everybody can be rich. Yeah. If everybody is rich, who will work for the rich people?
Yeah. But you can be rich and work for the rich people.
But the amount of people that work for the rich people can never be more than the rich people now.
Yeah, well, but you know, rich here is relative.
Yes.
Because a lot of Nigerians that drive cabs over there, to them they're rich.
Here, while they are working in ministries here,
they are not rich. So rich can be relative.
Yeah. So for me, let me say for us, right?
Okay. And for us here, what do you mean? Nairametrics or you and I?
All of us.
Okay.
All of us.
Because I know Tolu is not in our level.
Yeah,
our level is
she's high with a lot of extra sponsorship. She's fine. You know what?
Just my sponsors.
You know, so it's more like why does everybody want to be rich, right? I mean, everybody is inspired by money. But where we are today in Nigeria, it almost seems like money is the only yardstick, right? So you can actually be having a conversation, right? And you are challenging the richest person on the table, whereas the richest person is actually wrong,
just off,
and you are correcting the person, right? And everybody else on the table can be like, I better keep quiet, Jerry, you don't get money now. Do you understand? So it's like a yardstick, and every single thing is about money. And I think over time it has affected our thinking, as much as there are a lot of things that, you know, have actually made us think that way. For a long time, everybody in Nigeria has always been his own government. You provide light for yourself, provide security for yourself, provide water for yourself. So there's this only me, you understand? Me first before anything, right? So that's why in some situations when some people are chopping money, there's no limit, right?
And I was only going to come to that because I wanted you to look at what are the things that lead to this obsession. What is the cause? Because when you look at, I've spoken with people, even in some countries in Europe, who will tell you, guys, ministers abroad do deals.
Yes.
And somebody told me something. He said, listen, everybody abroad, they all have a cut in different deals that they do. He said, however, the difference is that you guys in Africa, you're bloody greedy. That's the difference. So you want to take everything. Now, what's the reason behind it? Because when you look at somebody, a 60-year-old man stealing $1 million, and you're wondering, at that age, you'll have cut down on the amount of sugar intake, your meat intake. So what will you spend on?
What are you spending on?
Even if you live for 20 years, $1 million for yourself. You have money set aside for your kids already. They're all made, even though they're not doing well, because it's the money you used to teach, they raise them. Yeah. And we are suffering, they will suffer in one way too. It's not a curse, it's karma. Okay. But anyway, and see somebody go all out to steal hundreds of millions of dollars at age 60, at age 70, in spite of all that they have. What is the reason for that? That for me is the obsession, not necessarily, just what we do on the streets.
That is the obsession. You understand? So the way we are, right? So for a long time, Nigeria, your success is measured by money. Do you understand? The average person is inspired by money. That's why you see people. This goes without acknowledging, the hardship, right? We understand things are hard, right? So people need to put food on their plates, right? But money is just a yardstick in almost everything, every aspect of life in Nigeria. Do you understand? That's why you can pay for my beauty for 20 million.
My brother.
You hear somebody took 69 billion. Monkeys are eating, even more Nigerian monkeys are eating. Wow. You understand? So
they will be in the livestock ministry.
Yeah. So I think so for me, the way I see it is, over time, that yardstick, has eaten into our DNA, right? And everybody just survives for themselves. So if you are surviving for yourself, there's that mental neglect, right, for others, in the sense that it's only me, so there's no limit.
All right, let me ask Tolu this question, right? Because you've spoken now, in one way, you've spoken along the lines of it's a cultural orientation.
Yes.
Another way you sounded like it's more of a social orientation.
I think it's a bit of both.
All right, because I'm just wondering, where did it start? Because I remember back then, you hear in families across a lot of tribes in Nigeria. I wouldn't say, I don't know the tribes, but a lot of tribes, the major tribes. And you hear things like you're in a family meeting, then the siblings are speaking, then when you want to really talk and take decisions, you hear things like, when the big brother, unfortunately, the firstborn who is not loaded, wants to speak, hey, don't worry, let your younger ones talk.
Yes.
Then you now wrap it up for us.
Yes.
You wrap it up for us so that we can. So at that point, could that be one of the influences that, so from that point, people started feeling I need to go out there and make it at all costs? Tolu, do you have a different view on this? Why do you think we are where we are?
I mean, you said the Nigerian wealth obsession. And I feel Nigerians are just obsessed with a lot of things. Do you understand? Not necessarily money, but let's just move to the money aspect. So I feel an average Nigerian, like what they expect is to be wealthy or to be rich or to be comfortable. Do you understand? So in that way, they end up looking for ways to become wealthy.
So it's I don't agree with comfort, yeah. Okay. Everybody in Nigeria wants to be a billionaire now.
And so you've also spoken about the economic impact.
Yes.
And this is where we are. But really, what has this done to our society?
It has scattered the dynamics, right? Because I'm going to be throwing the word expectations, right?
Okay.
A lot. So expectations have become so bad, right? That a lot of people are I don't want to use the word deceived, but
made to believe,
right? That money is it, right? So we'll start with.
But isn't it?
Huh?
Is it not money?
Yeah, there are a lot of things, right? The money is important, but it shouldn't be a yardstick. You understand? For a lot of things, because and there's an example I want to start with, right? With the way we think over time. So the way you know how people are in a settlement country is the way they drive. Yes. Yeah, trust me, it's the way they drive.
Oh man, I thought I was the only one that complained about that every time.
You understand? So you see that, going back to that logic of everyone being his own government, sitting for himself, right? So driving is a collective responsibility.
Yeah.
Once you're in your car and you're driving, you are responsible for yourself and everyone around you, right? You need to wait for traffic on the left. Everybody must wait for traffic on the left. You know, wait, stay in your lanes, overtake where, you know, there are dash lines. You know, there's so many things, but Nigeria, somebody indicates left, and the person on his left sees the light and is bent on blocking that guy.
That's going to speed up.
Yes, from moving forward. He blocks that guy. That same guy that didn't allow that guy enter moves 100 yards and is looking to enter another lane, and someone else is blocking him. How do you progress? If you look at the logic that way, right? So, in my opinion, I think we apply that a lot in the way we think, right? So, everyone is out to get you. You find that everybody wants to stay, and because of that, a lot of people, obviously not everybody, but I mean, there will always be the exception. Everybody, if you ask the average guy, where you want to stay? Banana Island. What car do you want to drive? Range Rover. Mercedes Benz. Do you understand? Even the average guy that doesn't have money is looking for how you make money to go and pump bottles in the club.
Is it wrong to be ambitious?
No. There's nothing wrong to be in being ambitious, right? But the thing is, you want to be rich, right? You're just locked in wanting money, but you're not identifying the things you need to do to get money.
Okay.
So that's the bypass, right? Everybody just wants to be rich, but they forget that there are a lot of things, do you understand, that need to be done, right? You see a successful guy, right? Let's measure him by his looks, his car, do you understand? All that, blah, 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 right? And you see him, and the average person sees him, and he just wants to be like that guy immediately. Do you understand? Without understanding the fact that it probably took that guy 20 years
to get where he
is, right?
Fellow Bidango.
Do you understand? So if you even look at how many billionaires do we have in Nigeria? Recognized ones. I mean, the recognized billionaires, I don't think they're up to 10.
We have a lot of billionaires.
We have. That's why I used the word recognize.
A lot of our politicians, we just...
Yes. But then again, how don't quote me, but how did they
get it? My brother.
You see? Do you understand? It's still that, where's the limit? Right? You know, so there's some people that won't even talk to you because you don't have money.
Yes.
They don't even have money themselves. Do you understand? You're talking to people and they're giving you, everybody just expects you to spend money. Do you understand? Everybody expects you.
But is it not okay? And it will look like I'm throwing jabs at the gender now, but it's not really. That's not the case. So
you have to mention it.
You know, because you realize that at times now, if you were to go out and maybe to an event, or not even the way you're dressed alone, when you're dressed in particular manner, it's okay, you qualify to be someone that can talk to me. But there are expectations that, okay, once you want to talk to me, you must be able to, maybe I'm buying something, you must pay for it.
Yes.
We just met. We're just saying hi. And if you do not pay for that, that guy will be, he's not, you know, is that also part of wealth obsession?
It is.
I'm not sure Tolu will agree with you.
She probably won't. You understand? She probably won't. I'll go first before she comes. You know, trigger her a bit, right? So that is another aspect, right? Another, you know, fundamental aspect of it, right? So going with that, like, how many guys are rich? The rich guys, the guys they all want.
We are not many.
We are not many.
It's a prophetic declaration. We are not many.
We are not many, right? But the average woman, lady wants that guy,
and they don't want us to cheat.
They don't want the poor guys. Do you understand? I've been somewhere where a guy approached a babe, and she was like, "If you like me, just transfer 500,000 naira to me." Do you understand? No cap. Do you understand? But do you know what? The guy sent the money.
Wow. No wonder we're having many more Bobrisky's.
Do you understand?
That's unfair.
I was weak.
You were there.
Yeah.
You couldn't ask the guy for anything yourself.
So intimidated. I just looked at the guy like he's.
You didn't ask him for anything.
I didn't know the guy.
But did the girl know the guy?
No.
Oh, but you can ask yours too. Maybe like giving you 200,000.
The guy.
Yeah.
He go carry me go out. You know, it's so. Now it will always fall on the guys, right? Because the idea is the guy is the one that will do everything to a certain degree, at least, right? So whenever you want to interact with the opposite gender, these days it comes with a lot. You're talking to some babes, and all you're hearing is money. In some cases, they want to intimidate you. My ex did
me this.
Do you understand?
You've heard that joke about a guy that walked to a lady and said, I can't even remember when I talked about how when he's going to make it, he's got a bright future, and I can do this for you, and I love you, I want us to build that future together. And the girl looked at him and said, when he gets to that future, come back. That's it. So
shed some light, please.
Why do you think I'm for the opinion of girls behaving that way?
Okay. So are you saying you agree with us? I don't get it.
I'm not saying I totally agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
but irrespective of women acting that way, there are women too that take men out and spend their own money on men as well, and then it's still the same thing basically. So there are women out there that are like trying to stay with a guy, touch him up and all of that. So we can't just say it's all the women. All
never said all. You never said.
We know you're not like that. Yeah, and it's not a gender thing. That's what we just said. It's an example.
Okay.
Yeah, but okay. Look, adding to what you're saying, right? So right now, when you talk of wealth obsession, for clarity, what describe what wealth obsession is? Because right now, some men are using it as a basis to say, you know what, I don't want to be obsessed about wealth. Let me just live this mediocre lifestyle. And so women too might be compelled to say, okay, we've been asked not to be obsessed about wealth, so this guy has no future, let me marry him like that. What is wealth obsession?
Wealth obsession, I think you in particular highlighted it earlier on, is no limit. There's no limit. Do you understand? Meanwhile, you're probably not even equipped to make that kind of money. Do you understand? So for me, to a certain degree, obviously it can never be everybody. There will always be exceptions. Right? Almost everyone, I come across, let me leave it at that, right? They all have somewhat the same ambitions, right? Just get rich. Do you understand? To a certain degree, some people don't even have plans. Even the ones that have plans, they want to be richer than Dangote. But do you understand? There's no limit, right? But there should be. We don't need to also limit ourselves, right? Without sounding to sound like I'm contradicting myself. But the thing is, I believe you should strive to be able to take care of yourself, take care of your family, and do more, right? And just generally limit the expectations. Do you understand? We all want to do good for ourselves. Everybody would love to be rich, but I think if we take the expectations out of it, right, we can now think better, have clearer heads, right, as against trying to be successful,
all right,
as against being, against having that yardstick of.
I like what you said now.
Yeah.
So there's a difference between aiming for success and being wealth obsessed. That's what you said. So it's not wrong, just for clarity. And it's also, when we talk about women expecting this from me, it's not to say women are not making money themselves. No. They are making money. We're just talking about what is the trend right now. What you see a lot of, it doesn't mean everybody, like Ogivo said it. Because even in the case of women who are making money, there are a lot of women out there who are making money because either they want to prove something to the guy, or they want to match up to another girl, and there are guys who are aim for themselves,
exactly.
And there are even guys who are making money so that they can have money. When a girl asks them for 500,000, they'll give out, that kind of thing. People like you now, I don't know. You need to be obsessed a bit so you can give out. Even start with 100,000.
If there's any girl out there that is giving 500, can I bring it back? So the thing is, the obsession, brings deception. That's why you come on social media and you see a video of somebody claiming someone else's house. That she just bought a house and it's somebody else's house. Do you understand? and they just bought a car for me. I just go, it's not yours. Do you understand? But the younger generation get to see this, and everybody just wants some guy or some girl, right? Let's not even make it gender based, right? Everybody just wants that, right? Deception.
And maybe go to Tolu as well, so you can look at, like, if you can itemize some of the things that lead to wealth obsession, probably the culture, emotion, economy, so that people can really identify it and begin to pull the plug or hold back a bit when that happens. Do you want to touch on that for us?
Some of the
characteristics or the traits or the symptoms, if I could use that, of obsession. And again, maybe some of the things that lead to it as well. I mean, like we've spoken about family pressure, this societal. We've spoken about the economy. We've spoken about we even forgot to talk about religion.
Religion also is part of it.
I mean, what would make someone still they can't go give thanks their testimony?
Bro, I have a lot, right? And I know a lot of people will kill me for this, right? You are in some churches and you are hearing, tomorrow morning somebody is going to pay 500,000 into your account, and everybody's there shouting, yeah! Who's going to pay 500,000 into your account?
That happened.
Where
have you heard that?
Well, it happens. I've heard it, bro. I've heard it, right? Do you understand? That money you've been looking for, they'll pay it to you. Do you understand? What did you work for? What did you do work for?
Yeah, working.
Who's going to pay you?
There are many houses in my father's house.
Do you understand?
There are many rooms.
In my father's house. So I'm not saying that's wrong, but it's still
there should be it's all because I don't know if you hear such in churches in the UK or churches in America, but we just see many, because it seems we preach a lot about money. And I know a pastor that preaches about money, but will tell you steps to take, how God doesn't want you to be lazy, how you shouldn't sit there and expect that you pray every day. You need to go out and work and all that. So those are the kind of sermons. But
you do that in Nigeria as well now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Most of churches.
I just said so. Because I said they will pay money into you, doesn't mean every church. But you've heard it. I've heard it.
But when you were speaking, I googled obsess, and it says preoccupy or fill the mind of someone continually to a troubling extent.
Exactly.
So it's not about it's not about need for money.
Obsession.
Yeah, it's about love for money. It's about, that's even what the Bible was saying, that love for money. The root of money,
money is the root of all evil.
But it's actually the love of it. So it's all about saying you're living your life. You say, how am I must make this? And that is what pushes I don't know what a 17-year-old is looking for, that's going to use someone for sacrifice so he could do blood money.
And also to show off, I think. Showing off, like Ogiva said, having a house that is not yours and claiming is yours. So all to show off. And
how desperate can you be to want to make people feel you're rich, that you claim someone's house and want
you sorry, it's not desperation, it's obsession.
Sorry.
Alright, so don't cut right now, and don't be obsessed. But the only thing you're allowed to be obsessed with, I'll give you two things. One, which is the most important thing, be obsessed with Lagos Stocks 91.3 FM. When you go out, get your earpiece, your earplugs, just make sure you're on. Get your what do you call this? Where you used to charge your phone. Power bank, and make sure that battery doesn't go flat, and anywhere you are in the world, do that. And of course, be obsessed with the Nairametrics team as well, because they will show you where to make money and how to make money. So let's start the show every morning by 6 a.m. Ogiva, thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you so much, guys.
Right.
Catch up with us on Spotify, guys. We'll see you again next week.
Definitely.